Hey guys, welcome to the JW Untold Truth channel. So this is the history of the Jehovah Witnesses that they will deny until they are out of the Jehovah Witnesses hands or the Watchtower organization's grip. So let's have a look for another two deny history of the Jehovah Witnesses. Number 13, Nathan Knorr, third president leader. Let's have a look what the Jehovah Witnesses don't know much about Nathan Knorr or what history they denied. So Nathan Knorr was 23 when he first lived at the Watchtower headquarters, and he was one of the presidents of the Watchtower, one of the big leaders, big kahunas leaders in the Watchtower. But before he took over of Rutherford's death, he demonstrated the ability to produce everything in the Watchtower. Let's have a look what he managed to produce in the Watchtower. So this is Nathan Knorr, and he was very good at printing presses in large scales. He also managed to bring in the missionary school in Gilead as well, preaching school, theocratic ministry school as well. He brought in the kingdom service school as well, the ministerial training school as well, and he also expanded the translation efforts to produce the Watchtower materials in as many languages as possible. So he was huge, this guy. He was big time in the Watchtower. So he became president. But this is where it gets juicy. So Nathan Knorr was the first person to marry while serving in Bethel. Before him, no one was able to serve at Bethel and be married. So he married Aubrey Mock, and thus becoming the first leader of the Watchtower in all history before him to be married at Bethel and serve at Bethel married. So thereafter, all Jehovah Witnesses that were serving away at Bethel were able to be married or get married in Bethel. But that is not all. There's more juicy stuff about Nathan Knorr that most of the Jehovah Witnesses will deny or don't know about this. Nathan Knorr in 1952 overturned the ban on vaccines. Yes, the Jehovah Witnesses were against vaccinations. Oh my God, imagine how many people died before 1952 for rejecting vaccination. Yes, Jehovah Witnesses, the leaders are blood guilty as well in relation to vaccination. So let's have a look what proof we've got. So in 1921 to 1952, the Golden Age presented information against vaccinations. To cement this viewpoint in the minds of the followers, vaccinations were described as worthless, harmful from a medical standpoint, and morally wrong from a biblical standpoint as well. How can we say this? So let's go to the Golden Age, October the 12th, 1921, page 17, to see what it says about these amazing things. So one of the quotes says, vaccination never prevented anything and never will, and is the most barbarous practice. That's a very powerful statement. Let's have a look at another statement of this Watchtower in the same page. Let's have a look at this beauty. Then he says, use your rights as American citizens to forever abolish the devilish practice of vaccination. Another powerful statement here against vaccinations. So yes, they were definitely against vaccinations. And let's have a look at the Golden Age, 1929, May the 1st, page 502. We've got the Golden Age here. Let's have a look what the quote is about vaccinations here. It says, thinking people would rather have smallpox than vaccination. Really? Really? Because the latter sows the seed of syphilis, cancers, eczema, erysipelas, scrofula, consumption, even leprosy, and many other loathsome affections. Hence, the practice of vaccination is a crime, an outrage, and a dissolution. Wow, That is massive statement here. So there you go. Another amazing golden age, 1929, November 13, page 106, 107. Let's have a look at this beauty as well. Avoid serum inoculations and vaccinations as they pollute the bloodstream with the filthy pus. Wow. Wow. Are they for or against vaccinations? You can make your own mind about that. Let's have a look at another amazing golden age, 1931, February the 4th. This issue devoted 10 pages, whole 10 pages about why you should not get vaccinations, why the vaccinations were not for Christians. And the index page of this golden age claims one amazing thing. The claim in this Watchtower says vaccination theory and practice newly exposed from the viewpoint of the creator. It says here viewpoint of the creator, not the viewpoint of Russell, Rutherford, or anyone else. Is the God's viewpoint. So interesting claim. So it was from God's own point of view. So here, the Watchtower published 10 whole pages of it. And let's have a look at the amazing quote, one of the best quotes from all these 10 pages. It says, of all the inventions that have been foisted upon mankind for the defilement, the most subtle, devilish is that of vaccination. There you go. The most devilish, subtleish invention of the devil is vaccination. So there you have it, guys. That Jehovah's Witnesses were definitely totally against vaccinations. And the Watchtower didn't stop there, of course. The Jehovah's Witnesses leaders kept going at it. A series of images further enforced the point. You know, Jehovah's Witnesses love images and they love cartoons and all these things, all this jazz. So let's have a look at this well-known, love animated pictures of the Jehovah's Witnesses describing the horrible practice of vaccinations. So we got the Golden Age, 1932, March the 30th, page 409. We've got a beautiful here picture of the vaccinations and all the death that caused, and the vaccination goddess here, and we can see has a pig's face and I think a ram's feet or the devil's feet or something, so causing a lot of death. So this is the imagery of the Jehovah's Witnesses back in the day about vaccinations. Here, the Golden Age, 1939, May the 31st. It says here, poisoning, starving and robbing mankind. So they're saying that the vaccination was a robbery to mankind. So yep. And Watchtower, 1952. So here is where Nathan Knorr changed his mind. Very subtle way as well. Let's have a look at the Watchtower, 1952, December the 15th. Let's have a look at this amazing quote again. Actually, it's not a quote, it's a questions from readers. Let's have a look what the questions from readers is and the answer of the Watchtower. Is vaccination a violation of God's law forbidding the taking of blood in the system? The matter of vaccination is one for the individual that has to face it, to decide for himself. Each individual has to take the consequences for whatever position and action he takes towards a case of compulsory vaccination, doing so according to his own conscience and his appreciation of what is for good health and the interest of advancing God's work. And our society cannot afford to be drawn into the affair legally or take the responsibility for the way the case turns out. So here the Watchtower, or Nathan Knorr, is washing the Watchtower's hands from anything that can go wrong. So they wash their hands and it says, no, it's an individual choice now. Instead of all this jumbo mumbo that they published for years, now becomes it's individual choice. You make your choice. And what happens to all the freaking people that died beforehand for following the advice, medical advice, a religion giving medical advice? Not a good idea. But the Jehovah's Witnesses leaders loves doing that. So thank you guys. Stay tuned to see what we can find from the next denied histories of the Jehovah Witnesses.